Well, good morning, everybody. Pastor Steve here. Thank you so much for being with me today. We are completing our reading of the book of Ecclesiastes. We're in chapter 12, and then tomorrow we begin reading selected chapters from the book of Job. We'll be in chapter 1 of Job tomorrow. Chapter 12, if you will, wraps up, ties together, concludes this journey we've been on with the preacher, the teacher, the speaker who writes this book, Solomon, and he's told us in here that while you are young, enjoy those days, enjoy your family, work hard, prepare for the future, don't do what is wrong, and on and on and on. But he tells us in chapter 12, verse 1, remember also. And I love the word also because he's saying, hey, I've just told you in chapter 11, don't waste your young years, okay? But also, while you're young and enjoying life as a young adult, also in those same days, also remember your Creator. You don't enjoy the days and years of young adulthood by forgetting God. You remember Him in those days as you enjoy the young years. That He is your Creator, He is your God, and you live for Him and serve Him and obey Him. So as you enjoy your wife, your family, you enjoy your life, you enjoy your career, you prepare for the future, He said, don't you dare, as you are doing all of that, forget your Creator. Remember God during those days. So look at verse 1 again. Remember also your Creator in the days of your youth, before the evil days come. What are the evil days? And the years draw near, when you will say, I have no delight in them. Notice when you get so old, your body hurts and you just can't enjoy life the same way you did when you were younger, when things pop and crack and stiffen up, when your vision goes dim, your movement slows down, your memory's not as fast, when you take more pills and have more doctor's visits. He said, don't wait until then to get serious about your walk with God. That's the point he's making. As you go through life, knowing that, yes, death is coming, and there's not a thing you can do to stop it. Death is coming. You only have so many years, so live them well, live them with wisdom. But don't try to do that forgetting God. Down in verse 6, remember Him, the Lord, before the silver cord is broken and the golden bowl is crushed, etc. Remember Him before your body starts breaking down. Remember Him while you are young. So be wise, not foolish. Work hard, don't be lazy. Enjoy your spouse and your family. Don't neglect them. Prepare for the future. On and on he goes, talking about how to enjoy life. But he says, in the process, remember your God. Some people have gotten so busy making money or building a career, they forgot God along the way. I'll have time for God in church and service later. It's not wise. Some people get so busy building their career, making money, they forget their wife, they forget their husband, they forget their family. I'll have time, but only to realize about the time that day comes, your children are grown up and don't know you, and your wife and you, or your husband and you've grown distant. He said, it's not wise. Follow God while you are young, so you won't be foolish. Look at verse 7. He says, when life is older, then the dust will return to the earth as it was, and the spirit will return to God who gave it. So when you die, your body decays. It returns to dirt. Your spirit, God breathed into Adam's nostrils the breath of life, and he became a living being, a living nefesh, a living soul, a living person. Your spirit, the breath of God, returns to him. So that's what happens at death. And whatever you're going to do on earth, you must do before that moment comes. Look at verses 13 and 14, the last two verses in this chapter, in this book. He said, the conclusion, when all has been heard. So you take this whole book of Ecclesiastes, he said, when you get right down to it at the end, here's the conclusion. Fear God, revere God, and keep his commandments, because this applies to every person. Revere God, worship God, respect God, fear God, and obey him. Follow his instructions. Verse 14, for God will bring every act to judgment, everything which is hidden, whether it is good or evil. Can't hide anything from God. So live your life well. Live it wisely. Live it and enjoy it. But living it, fearing and obeying God, because God sees, and because he sees he can help, but also because God sees, he holds us accountable. So the conclusion is, enjoy your life. Make the most of it. But don't use your life as an excuse to put God off until later. Remember him while you are young. Fear him and obey him. And he said, that's the conclusion of all the wisdom I have gained over all my years of living. Thus saith the preacher, thus saith King Solomon. And I guess you could say, thus saith the Lord. I'll see you tomorrow as we look at chapter 1 in the book of Job. God bless you, everybody.